Hello, hello, brothers and sisters. It's a new week. We are very happy to welcome you to our show titled Speak of Africa. Thank you to our subscribers. Thank you to our viewers. If you are viewing the show for the first time, my name is Prince Ojong, your host. Today, we're going to give you a news roundup in Africa. What's really happening? Well, a whole lot of stuff is happening in terms of news. Some of the news makes our people unhappy. They call it Annus Horribilis, a very horrible year. This is the way 2025 is shaping up to be for us. But we cannot lose hope. For the first part, when we look at the United States, Donald Trump has decided to use Africa as a dumping ground. We've been talking to you about the migrants who are deported. Their countries refuse to accept them because they are violent criminals. But African countries such as Eswatini, the former Swaziland, is accepting these criminals. Then, of course, you have South Sudan. They are accepting these criminals. At least Nigeria refused to accept these criminals. Nigeria stood firm and said, no, if these people don't want to return to their country or their country will not accept them, we don't want criminals in Nigeria. So we salute Bola Tinubu for standing firm and telling Donald Trump, no, yet. So that's the major story. But at the same time, when we look at the issue of migration, a lot of African Americans now have started relocating to the motherland. Kenya came to our attention because we saw that a lot of African Americans were returning home to Kenya. Their ancestors came from Africa, so they are tracing their roots and they are going back to Kenya. So this is a salutary move. We welcome this gesture because some of the African Americans who are returning to Africa, they are engaged in a lot of business ventures. Some are doing business in the travel sphere, tourism, restaurants, and other businesses. So we admire this move. They are bringing their expertise. So the more African Americans move back to Africa in many other countries, this is going to be a positive move for Africa because this return to the motherland is what we've been advocating for. And we're happy because a lot of African countries now are positive. They are treating African Americans with respect. They are attracting them to the motherland. So this is a good move. When this happens, we don't need to worry about brain drain anymore. Some of the Americans who are returning to the motherland have a lot of skills. They can use these skills to improve the African economy. So we think this is a salutary move. Then we're going to be able to do away with the ethnic identity politics and the state capture we see all over Africa. And the youth of Africa is rebelling against ethnic identity politics and state capture of government apparatus, because those features are really turning off the African youth. So they are revolting, just like we say in Albert Camus' essay, L'homme in revolt, l'homme révolté. The African youth is really revolting. When you look at Africa, the situation is really absurd. You ask yourself, is this not a paradox? You have a continent that is rich, but the people are poor. So this is paradoxical. When you have a rich continent, you will expect to have a rich people. But the people are poor because the elite connives with foreigners to steal the resources of the motherland. That's the problem. Now you're getting a knee-jerk reaction. Today, a lot of it is happening in Burkina Faso. Ibrahim Traoré and his junta have decided to kick out France. But what is happening? There's some kind of kickback, so the people are complaining. So after over 2 years, what has Ibrahim Traoré done to help his country? That's the question some of you are asking me. And I will say, I'm just a journalist. I'll give the job to you. Go back and look at what he has done and tell me. Some of you like him, some of you don't. For example, we've been dealing with cases of kidnapping or arrest. The son of Maurice Yamiego, the first president of Burkina Faso, We just heard that he has been picked up, he has disappeared, nobody knows his whereabouts. His name is Yeman Yamiego. So what happens? Are we going towards a dictatorship, or what is happening? Does sovereignty mean you don't have the right to live as a free citizen? Does sovereignty mean we have to start living as if we're living in Vladimir Putin's Russia, where there are no freedoms? That's the questions a lot of inquiring minds are asking me, and I'm returning to you to answer these questions. Then from Burkina Faso, we take you to the Central African Republic. Assange Touadera is running for a third term. And at the same time, we hear stories of the ICC, the International Criminal Court, prosecuting war criminals in the Central African Republic. But why is it that this court keeps focusing only on the bad guys in Africa who don't like the West? So it looks like the ICC is a very partial court. Justice in this court is not blind. Justice chooses the people who are pro-West to be free. But if you're against the West, the justice finds you. You look at people like Charles Taylor, they demonize him. Laurent Gbagbo, they demonize him. But if you are a puppet of the West, like you are Paul Biya, oh, they welcome you with an open arm. They will never take you to the International Criminal Court. So this is why Africans, for the most part, the African youth, they look at the ICC like a joke, because justice is a charade, okay? It's a comedy. So they don't believe in the justice of the International Criminal Court. Now we take you to Congo DRC. We've been talking to you about the peace between Rwanda and Congo DRC, but before peace can come, there's still people dying in Congo DRC. You have the ADF, which is a rebel group from Uganda. It is a jihadist rebel group. This week, we were told they killed over 40 Christians in a church. So these rebels do not have any value for human life. It's very, very sad. So now we are hoping that with the peace between Rwanda and Congo DRC, some of these deaths will come to an end. But nothing has happened yet. We only see more trouble for our people. Similarly, Joseph Kabila, the former president of Congo DRC, was tried for treason in absentia. That's the big story in Congo DRC. His successor decided to organize this charade of a trial. Is this going to work? We think it's going to poison the minds of the people. It's going to create more problems. I don't think this move is going to solve any problem. Joseph Kabila was able to go to Goma. Why did Joseph Tshisekedi not go and arrest him there? Because he was under the M23 territory. The M23 has those towns in the east under their control. So Felix Tshisekedi could not really do anything to Joseph Kabila. But we think this conflict between these two elephants is going to create more problems for the people of Congo. So we prefer Joseph Kabila to just go to the sunset, either go to Rwanda and live there, because the Congolese people are even saying he's not Congolese. He's from Rwanda. So let him go to his brother, Paul Kagame, and stay with his brother and master, Paul Kagame. He has stolen a lot of money from the Congolese people. And we're hoping that Joseph Kabila should be able to live in peace. He can use his loot to do a lot for himself. But it looks like he's still power hungry. He's thinking he can replace Felix Tshisekedi. And that's what is creating a lot of tension in that part of the world. Okay? The next, we take you to La République du Cameroon. In La République du Cameroon, we told you already that there are elections, presidential elections, that are going to be organized in October 12th, precisely. The institution that organizes elections in La République du Cameroon is called ELECAM. This is a fair, free, and independent organization. No. ELECAM is a tool of Paul Biya. He chooses who runs ELECAM and who counts the vote. As you can see, we told you before that Maurice Kamto, the guy who actually won the elections in 2018, has been disqualified from running for president this time. We know this is going to create a whole lot of problems because the people have taken it up to here. Are Maurice Kamto's supporters going to take it lying down? Are they going to accept this disqualification? They have used all type of tricks to disqualify him. He's played games and tried to work around all those challenges. But finally, Elekam has proclaimed that he cannot run for president in 2025. Are his supporters going to accept this, or is there going to be conflict? Already, from the way we hear, we're talking to a lot of people on the ground. Your average soldier in La République du Cameroon is unhappy with the Paul Biya regime. They are tired of serving a regime that has instead created poverty for them. They have been forced to vote for the regime, even though they don't want to vote for the regime. Their superiors have been forcing them. So these soldiers are talking, and we've been picking up the chatter of most of these soldiers on social media. This time, the soldiers are saying they are not going to vote for Paul Biya. So what is going to happen? Actually, you have a state capture of the apparatus. The running CPDM, Chantal Biya as the lady, the femme fatale, she's the one running the show. Paul Biya is finished. We said this to you before, and now everybody knows that Paul Biya is finished. So your average Cameroonian knows that the person organizing this charade of an election is Chantal Biya. She has a few of her hangers on that she controls. Atanganji, Paul Atanganji, the Minister of Territorial Administration, is one. Ferdinand Gongo is another. He is the Secretary General at the presidency, who thinks he can become president after Biya. And Chantal is raising his hopes, telling him that yes, you're going to become president. Then you have Oswa Baboke, who is more like Chantal's slave. He does all the dirty jobs Chantal needs done. Oswa Baboke. He says he has a big church, but this church is a satanic church. So the guy too is a satanic element. As if that's not all. You have other people. Betty Asomo, the Minister of Armed Forces. These are all people who are in Chantal's cabal. They are running things. Biya is finished. Biya can say, oui, je suis candidat. Yes, I'm a candidate. He's a candidate, but have you seen him speak in public? What kind of election is this? In any real country, except Cameroon where you have a banana republic, in any real republic, a candidate will go out and campaign for votes. But Biya doesn't have to campaign because he has his slaves. His wife has curated 7 slaves who can really work to make sure that he's guaranteed re-election. Okay? Chantal wants to stay. The husband cannot do anything. Now you guys know it. I used to say this in the past, but you guys now know that Biya is finished. Biya cannot run any country. So people like Tanganji, Ferdinand Gongo, they are the ones really running the country. So the average Cameroonian knows this, and they are reacting to it. But the soldiers are really protesting now. So are they going to let Chantal play this game and they elect Biya? Elekam is already malleable. They are willing to go along with the game. But the guys in the army, are they willing to let this charade continue? That's the question. From what we hear on the ground, even the folks who used to be in Biya's government, who are now in jail, they are talking. They are talking on social media, and we're picking up those conversations. They are saying this time there will be a civil war in Cameroon. There will be a civil war in Cameroon. That's what's going to happen. The civil war will start first in Yaoundé, with the Betis killing themselves. Then it will move to Douala and other cities. So there's going to be a battle for the soul of La République du Cameroon. The people are looking at it like they need a savior. Maurice Kamto is their savior. Maurice Kamto is going to rescue them from this poverty creation of a regime. All what they get is poverty. They steal all the money. They don't love their country. So the people are looking for a return to the time of Yobe, somebody who really loves his country and wants to free his country from the clutches of colonialism and imperialism. But people like Chantal Biya, they are just there for the enjoyment. They are stealing from the treasury. So all the wealth of Cameroon is just disappearing. So by the time the year ends, nothing may be left, because the degree to which these guys are stealing money is appalling. They are stealing it so fast. The treasury is getting emptied. That's what is happening. So Cameroon is a powder cake. The way we see it, a coup d'etat may happen, or there may be civil war. Because all these other guys have been fighting, they stay abroad. That's not effective. The guys who have been doing the real job are the guys in Amazonia, where they have been fighting the regime toe to toe. So the challenge for most of these francophones, like the Maurice Kamto supporters, are you going to allow Paul Biya's hangers on to steal another victory from you? Felix Nyamsi, one of the popular Cameroon activists, has been talking about this. But each time he tells the Kamto people to think, are they going to sit by and watch as Biya's cronies steal their victory from them again, the way they did in 2018? That's the question I want to know. Are they going to stand up and fight these people? Those are the questions people want to know. So it remains to be seen. This time, let us see that Maurice Kamto's people have the backbone, the vertebrae to fight. That's what the people want to see. Next, we take you to Mali. In Mali, we are looking at the Charter for Peace and Reconciliation. That's what Assimi Goïta has produced and is presenting now to his people. But his detractors don't like it, especially like the Tuaregs in the north. They don't think they like the message from Assimi Goïta, so it looks like they're going to fight him. Assimi Goïta has suspended any political activity for now, so nothing is happening. But most of those people who see politics as a way to get rich, they are feeling that they should get back into the game, play politics and make money. Assimi Goïta is stopping them, okay? So people are fighting now for these resources. What about Niger? In Niger, we saw after 2 years, General Twani is trying to make good to present his regime as a regime that is doing something. Mohamed Bazoum and his family remain incarcerated in the presidential palace. When are they going to be released? We don't know. After 2 years, they are still suffering. Maybe a deal like what happened in Gabon will take place, but for now, the junta is very, very tough. They don't want the French, and they've taken all the resources from Orano mining company. The economy is tough, there's inflation, but the people are struggling to make a living. It's not easy. That's what happens in Niger. Similarly, in Nigeria, you have the issue with inflation and hunger. Hunger. The people are hungry. The politicians like Bola Tinubu are spending all their time talking about 2027, the next election, re-election. They are not really worrying about the average person, the common man. What is he going to eat? How is he going to feed his family? That's not of any concern to the politicians like Bola Tinubu. They just want to win re-election, then they can go to sleep. But when you see the numbers, the stories we're getting from Nigeria today, there's a whole lot of hunger. So we need to really focus on bread and butter issues, food for the common man, okay? Food for the common man. But as we say, people sometimes just focus on what is not really important. Can you imagine that in Nigeria this week, the major story is a TikTok video. A guy produced a video showing that Bola Tinubu is dead. Now that became the viral video of the week in Nigeria. Everybody is talking about it. Even former President Olusegun Obasanjo is talking about this video. So I will look for the video and share it a little bit with you so that you can see it. So that's just what politics in Nigeria has become. It's a game, and the poor people can be suffering in silence, the way Fela Anikulapo used to say, but one day they shall see the sun. Okay? Then, of course, Somalia. Somalia has been a failed state for a very long time. I remember even since 1983, things have been rough in Somalia. Very, very rough. But today, the Al-Shabaab was still hitting. So conflict is still taking place in Somalia. Then finally, we take you to Sudan. In Sudan, you have the generals tearing the country apart. They are really tearing the country apart. So what is going to happen? We just feel sorry for what is happening in Sudan, and we think we can really do something about it. Two generals, worked together to overthrow a dictator, and now the two of them are tearing their country apart because of selfish ambition. What's going to happen? When people cannot think about their country, it's very, very sad. We need to start thinking about our country first. What can we do for our country? Let us just be selfish, thinking about what we can get for ourselves. A lot of these people die, then you don't even see what they've done with their wealth. So their wealth is really meaningless. So African leaders, can you not think about your legacy? Don't just be thinking about amassing money, keeping the people poor. Think about your legacy. When you die tomorrow, what happens? Nobody will talk about the good things you did. Look at people like Kwame Nkrumah. Even after he has died for so many years, people are still talking about him. Look at Patrice Lumumba. So their memories are still fresh in the minds of the people. So what can you do to make your people love you, to feel like this guy was here, he did something for us? It is sad. The youth of today have had it up to here. They don't want to be dealing with all this nonsense anymore, and that's why they are revolting. Revolution is coming to Africa, and are you going to join? So we thank you for watching this video, and we're saying, if you have any comments, go ahead and comment. We need comments. What do you think about some of the issues we've raised in this video? You have any ideas to share with us? Go ahead and share them. Thank you very much.
Do you need tax preparation services? We can help. Contact PJ Tax Service, America's only full-time income tax preparers. Like the good old doctor, we do not close our doors after April 15th. In fact, we stay open all year round in order to serve you. We are located at 11207A, Lockwood Drive, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20901. Make an appointment today with Prince Ojong, your tax expert. Call 240-350-1131 or visit us on the web at www.pjtaxservice.com.
Selling a service or a product? Need buyers? Use the African Nation TV as a channel to reach many viewers. Act now and call Prince Ojong at 240-350-1131. That's 240-350-1131. Act today.